Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode here of Let's Talk Airguns. Tonight, we've got hopefully an interesting topic, blue-collar airgunning, long live the affordable PCP. Yeah, it's something that I thought might be fun to talk about. Tonight, it's just going to be me. Angie had some other stuff she's got to do, and so you got me for an hour, plus or minus a bit, and we're going to jump right into it. First of all, thank you for everyone that's coming up to join us, and for all those people that watch after the fact. I do appreciate you all coming up and hanging out with us. I do apologize for the noise floor in here. If you're hearing the air conditioner, as you guys know, it's hot. It's like super duper hot out here in Texas. If you guys have been watching the news, and it's maybe hot where you're at, but we've been hitting some really, really hot weather. So I do apologize, but if you hear the ACs running, it's going to be kind of par for the course here for a little bit for sure. Yeah, let's kind of jump into it. Before we do, though, I do have a little housekeeping. We did have some winners, and I'm waiting for one of them to give me the go-ahead to say who they are as far as the 0dB. But one of the gentlemen, let me just pull it up here, that won. Let's see, I've got the email here. Here it is, Gerald. Gerald, he's a member of the GTA. He won the 110 centimeter 0dB, and then another gentleman won the 30 cal. They shipped out today. So we are getting ready to move on to our next contest, and let's go ahead and talk about that for a minute, right? So the next contest we got going is going to be for Angie's. That's right, Angie's Custom, and it was, I think I don't know. She may have lost fingernails having to give this one up. I think maybe, but no, Angie's Custom Avenger. And if maybe we can get if whoever wins this would like it, maybe we can even get Angie to sign it for you. We'll see. But yeah, no, the Custom Avenger is the next giveaway, and we'll just jump over to the website real quick, gateway.airguns.com. We do have a new website that we've been working on for gateway.airguns.com. We're working on more of the details and pulling all of the content together in a way that if you're interested in the video work we're doing, content-related stuff, you can jump right here. You can watch on YouTube. You can also go right to our channel. We're going to be organizing this data by sponsor, which is cool, but also by type. So if you want to go watch videos on brake barrels or PCPs or accessories or whatever, you're going to be able to just grab that, and there's a whole list of videos you guys can watch. So we're working on that, but let's talk about the contest real quick. It starts this Friday night, so essentially first thing Saturday morning. And yeah, so we've got a countdown to when it starts. It's going to run, I think, 4 weeks. We've got this one running because it's kind of a big giveaway, and we're hoping to get a lot of people involved in this. So please, if you're interested in winning a really cool air gun, the Avenger 25 cal, custom colors, maybe we can get Angie to sign it, all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah, you're going to want to jump on this. I'll go ahead and drop the link here. And Timmy's saying, can you give us a link? Link is the same link all the time, just so you guys know. If you go to gateway.airguns.com, click the contest. All the contests will be on this page, period. So every time we have a new contest, the page isn't going to change. We'll just put the new contest on the page. Now, the way this contest works, there's going to be a bunch of ways that you can sign up, including watching some videos, signing up for our newsletter, liking a Facebook page, subscribing to a YouTube channel. I've tried to give it a lot of different ways. Now, guys, when you do sign up for these services like Facebook or subscribe to YouTube, there's permissions that have to go on. Don't panic. Don't freak out. It's just the way it works. If you're uncomfortable with it, just don't do it. There you go. How's that? The newsletter is something cool we just started. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But anyway, if you want to get signed up for the custom giveaway, custom Avenger giveaway, Airgun Angie picked the color, she picked the design, and this could be yours if you want to go up and fill out the forms and do the things and sign up. Then the system randomly generates selects a winner. So our hands are out of it. It's all done by a third party, which I think is pretty cool. So anyway, that's the scoop. And yeah, we'll get back to, I think, yeah, really nice looking air gun. So there you go. That's that. So yeah, let's see. What are we going to talk about first? Let me go back over here. Let's see. A couple other housekeeping things. We just sent out our first newsletter for the GTA. Frankly, had a couple bumps in the road with, yeah, a couple bumps in the road. It's hard, you know. We're trying to be respectful of people's inboxes. The plan is to send one email a month, but for some people, evidently, that was just like so much of an offense that it caused all manner of headache and problems. So I'm really rethinking how I want to potentially do this. I may switch everything over to Constant Contact, which makes it very easy for people to just unsubscribe if they don't want it. So let me just say this. If you don't mind getting an email from us once a month with a complete digest of all of the content that we do in a month, which is a lot. I can, if I zip over, let me pull this up on another page here. And we're going to have to make this live on AirgunWeb, but I can show you the volume of content that we put up in a month, which is a lot. Actually, I have a better way to do it. This will be fine. Just give me a second. I apologize. I should have had this already pulled up. I didn't. My bad. So I apologize. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up here. So anyway, we put up a volume of content. We'd also like, frankly, we'd like to raise a little money for the GTA so that we can do some upgrades. The site is 20 years old. The software that it's running on is the same software, well, different versions, but it's the same essential software that we've had for 20 years. And it needs an upgrade, a big one, and it needs a lot of work, and it's going to cost not a little bit of money. And we want to increase the features and the usability and make it easier for people to use it and interact with it and be far, yeah, we want to do all that. But that takes cash. And we have to hire a developer and etc. So part of the idea of the newsletter is to help get some advertising, which then we can, you know, hopefully raise some money. So here is, actually this is a slightly, this is, we got to update this because I did change some banners out. But yeah, so if you look at the volume of content, these are all the videos we released on AirgunWeb for the month. And these are the videos we released on GTA for the month. And if you get down here, we also have Modern Airgunner. We're a little behind on that one, but that is going to be populated with more videos coming up next month. So it's a lot of content. Ideally, my hope is that we're going to be able to have articles and actually build it out into something that's more of a periodical than just a digest. But you know, one step at a time, we've got to see if there's enough interest that people actually want it. So that's going to be the other thing. All right, so if you want, I guess back to the point, if you want to sign up for the newsletter and you say you don't want to be part of the GTA, I get it. You know, that's, forums are a lot of work if you are not super engaged, and it can be a lot of emails back and forth with people. I get it. I enjoy some of that, but it can also be a lot of work or a lot of interaction. But if you just want to get the newsletter, you can do so. You can just sign up on almost any of our websites. You can just, somewhere we've got the newsletter link. Yeah, down here at the bottom, you just click to subscribe to the newsletter. This will add you to our Constant Contact form. You just fill this out, sign up, and that's that. And if you ever want to unsubscribe, there'll always be a link at the bottom when you get it from Constant Contact. I did send out a list, or I did send out, excuse me, an email from the GTA as a whole, and that sends out in a different way because you're already a member. It's the system sending to members, and that's where we've run into a few folks. We had maybe, I think when I asked permission to do it, we had between 500 and 700 replies, with 99.99% of them saying go for it. We had a handful of people that were kind of curmudgeony and, you know, didn't want their inbox flooded with one email per month, whatever. So, but the system isn't ideal as far as us being able to send through that. So if you want to skip all that and just get our newsletter, and as we build it out, be part of that and help us also support the GTA simply by getting one email a month, just sign up for it and we'll send it through Constant Contact, which I think is a nicer way to do it anyway. So that's the newsletter news. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll be sending the next one out. It's going to come out like the third Monday of the month. So yeah, that's sort of how we're going to do it. I already have other stuff coming out the first Monday of the month. I don't want to have things get too confusing. So it'll be the third Monday of the month, catch up of everything that happened between the last one and the next one. We'll shoot it out, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And if there's articles or things you guys want to see or know about or videos you'd like us to do, let us know. Shoot us an email. Leave it in the comments. I do read comments. May not read every single one of them, but I try to. I definitely don't respond to every single one. But now and then, I'll respond if it's something catches my attention. And I want to, then I'll respond to it. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we have any comments we want to jump on here. Okay, Walnut Steel saying he's loving his QB Chief. He's talking about computer-based forums are too much work. I would agree with you. And it's one of the reasons we want to update the forum so it's far more mobile friendly. That's a big thing I want to do, make it a lot easier for people not have to use a computer to access it. In fact, we just went through a revamp which makes the site far more usable on your phone in case you want to give that a shot. The GTA, we did a lot of work to really help the mobile readiness be a lot better. So hopefully that's useful. Now let's go ahead and get on to our topic tonight. The topic tonight is affordable air guns. Blue-collar air gunning, guys. I started shooting air guns for the main reason was they were more affordable. It was more affordable for me to shoot in my backyard, 177 pellets, 22 cal pellets, than it ever would be to reload and drive to town and shoot. So yeah, I got into air gunning because it was a cheap way to shoot. I'm curious why you guys got into air gunning. It could be just you like shooting in general, or it was a specific reason. I'm curious. So if you guys, I'm going to try and monitor the chat. I can't guarantee I'm going to be able to follow it all, but hopefully I'll catch it. But I'd like to know why you guys got into air gunning. But I got into it. One, I just moved out of the country. I like shooting, and it was a great opportunity for me to just get in trigger time anytime I wanted. I had 2 acres. I had a really nice setup there in Cottageville, so it worked out well. And it was very cheap. In fact, all the first air guns I got were probably $100, $200, if that. And that was really my budget. And I was probably one of those guys who would have said, wow, why would I buy an air gun when I can get a Ruger 1022 for, etc. And back there in the day, right? I mean, you could buy 500 rounds of 22 long rifle for not a lot of money. So the value proposition there actually was one that was almost questionable in and of itself, because gosh, you could buy 500 rounds for $15 or something like that. It wasn't a lot of cash. But that all changed, didn't it? We had that 22 long rifle shortage and ammo shortage, and gosh, people were spending what, $150 for 500 rounds, and whew, yeah, then air guns got really affordable, quote unquote. But anyway, yeah, I would have been one of those guys. But once I started to shoot air guns, and I really became, I don't know, familiar, I don't think is the right word. I became enthusiastic, became an enthusiast for sure. Yeah, I just started enjoying shooting my air guns more than I enjoyed shooting my firearms. And once that happened, I think it was pretty much the end of it for me, because then I started looking at guns that were a little more expensive. And I don't know about you guys, but once you've started shooting guns that are a little more expensive, you've advanced in the hobby, you almost, I say almost, not everybody, but you almost sort of maybe forget a little bit about where you started. I don't know, for me, I really like my expensive air guns. I'm not going to lie. I got Air Arms. I got the Daystate Red Wolf. I've got an FX Impact Mark 335. I've got an FX Wildcat. I've got an FX Streamline. I've got several Air Arms guns. I got a lot of higher end air guns, right? I've got what is the name of that one? I got it from Utah, and I need to pull it out and shoot it. That's like on my short list of video work to do. I think it's the Caden 25 cal, really nice gun. I've got a Hubin, exceptionally nice gun. I've got a lot of really nice air guns. But I also have a bunch of really nice affordable air guns. And I've been doing more shooting with the affordable air guns, and it dawned on me that this is where I started, and I need to kind of maybe go back and do some more of that work because these air guns are really cool. So tonight we're going to talk about affordable air guns. Over here, Walnut and Steel was just talking about his QB and what a great affordable air gun. Now, what a QB Chief, even if you get, well, the QB Chief's a PCP, you can get a QB Deluxe for what, 120 bucks? And man, I remember my first QB Deluxe. Goodness, what a wonderful little air gun for so little money. CO2, but still a ton of fun. And there's a lot of guns in that price point that should not be ignored, right? Really, really good stuff. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Benjamin said it started with his dad's 1946 Red Ryder. Okay, there you go. Travis is saying he'd like to see more of the affordable guns. Yeah, and we're going to be doing, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm curious what you guys think is affordable. I kind of have a budget in mind where obviously we're going to have like the entry-level stuff, but I'd like to be able to get to $650 to $700, sort of a cap, because now you're starting to get out of that, I think, affordable range, and maybe it's $500 to $600 we should cap out, because I really want to include guns like the Marauder, because I think that would be considered an affordable gun, but so is like, I hope I'm getting in the Gambo Coyote. I used to shoot those a lot. I've got hopefully a new 177 and 22 coming in of the most recent iteration of those, and they're about $579. So if we could sneak those in on the affordable side, that would be cool. I think they fit that sort of name. Maybe we'll see. I'll ask you guys what you think. Let's see. Yeah, Timmy's saying, Rick, the word you're looking for is addicted. I think you're probably right. There is an addiction there for sure. Bean Flip, I think we need to get people to come out here to Texas and do some shooting. Speaking of that, Airgun Expo this year's last full week of October, if all things go well, and it's going to be open to the public. So if you do want to come out and just hang out and shoot some really cool air guns for that week, do it. And then the next thing will be we'll have a 2-day GTA fun shoot. That'll be, I hope that we'll get some GTA members out here. Our place is very remote, and I understand it's not convenient. But if you want to come out, we're going to be here. We're going to have the doors open for you guys to come out and shoot if you want to. So we'll have more of that. The Coyote is not regulated, Bean Flip. It is based, though, on the BSA, which uses this fast strike valve, which is, it's scary consistent. I'll just tell you, it is a really consistent, nice shooting air gun. Okay, let's see. G-Man's saying my affordable is under 600. I would say 500 by the inflation of the last 3 years has changed things a lot. That's true. That's true. Walnut still saying needs a new gun. Yeah, we all need a new gun, don't we? All right, so let me jump right over to a deal I found, and it's a 4th of July special right now, and I gotta zoom my camera out just a wee bit. Other way, that way. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so check this out, guys. I posted this in Facebook, on my Facebook, GTA AirgunWeb, but I'm going to show you guys tonight. Real quick, this gentleman's saying, he got into air guns because he moved to a property that was infested with raccoons. It was the quietest way. Think of the dispatch of Umarex Gauntlet. Yeah, the Umarex Gauntlet 22 is an excellent choice for that. All right, I'm going to zip over here to Airgun Depot, which is not a site we talk about a lot, but worth it. Yeah, tactical is 104. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. All right, so I don't know what we hit today, but it's been 109, 110, so we're warm. Fortunately, where we are, we're in the middle of the desert. We're 20 miles from any concrete, so once the sun goes down, the temperature actually gets really nice. In the mornings, it's probably low 70s or mid 70s, which is beautiful, but then the sun comes up, it gets hot real fast. Anyway, I'm showing you guys a deal. Now, this is, and we could talk about the review I just posted of the Gammo Arrow. I'm going to zoom in just a touch, a little bit too much zoom down. That'll work. Okay, this is a deal for Gammo Arrow and the Rovair compressor for $580. Now, if you do the math, the compressor is $500 and this is $580. So they ain't making a lot of money on this, but what a great entry point if you are wanting to get, if you know you want to shoot, you know you want to start with a PCP, but you know it's not going to be your only PCP, this is a great opportunity because now you're getting a personal compressor that will fill this gun like a lot, but it'll also fill just about any air gun you want to hook up to it, which is stinking cool. It's available in 177, 22, 177 or 22, and I will tell you this, there's a limited quantity of the Rovair compressors, and when they're out, they're going to be out for a couple months till they get their next shipment. So if you've been looking for a deal, son of a gun, this is a really, really good deal. And if you want to know about the Gammo Arrow, you can check out my videos. You can check out Angie's videos because it is a really, really cool air gun. And I can tell you a few reasons I like it. Let me see if they have some pictures for me. Let's see. They have pictures. They do. All right. All right. So this is an example of an affordable air gun. It's $220, right? So there's a lot of synthetic going on here. I get it, but it's $220, and it's well done synthetic. It's not cheap. Like, and I hate to use the word Crossman plastic, but I don't know what else to say. But if you ever bought a Crossman Pump Master at Walmart, you know, on the stock, or sorry, Air Venturi, but those original Air Venturi Avengers that were the really affordable plastic stocks that were they felt more plastic than composite. Yeah, this is not that. This feels like a high grade gun class composite. It's really decent. The gun's super light, ridiculously quiet. It's not super powerful, so it's not a long range hunting gun. 30, 35 yards, give you really good consistent groups. I've mostly shot it in 22. I haven't shot a lot in 177, but I will be. We've got a video coming out. We just did the unboxing, and I think Thursday we should have the setting up the scope. So I think we have the scope video coming out Thursday. So I've just started working through the 177. We'll eventually get to the old school airgun review of this gun, but we'll have a couple videos ahead of time. Super nice. I really like the open sights. I like the T-handle cocking system. I like the 10-shot magazine. The trigger's decent. I mean, it's Gammo's CAT trigger, which it's about 2.5, 3 pounds. Okay, you can't really adjust the weight, the pull weight, but it's very consistent and very smooth, and it's decent. It has a fill port at the bottom, so you don't have to use a probe like some of the BSA guns. You have to use a probe. But here, it has just a quick disconnect at the bottom. A really, really nice air gun. I'll show you some more pictures here. They need to change that because it covers up the... Anyway, all right. So we can play. Maybe we can... Oh, here we go. That'll work. So we got our magazine. That's that angle of the gun. That angle of the gun. All right. So we saw that. It's got the whisper front ends. Again, super quiet. 232 bar. Trying to think of how many shots we got. 40 or 50 shots, give or take. There's your fill port. Really nice open sights, metal with fiber optic inserts. And there's your trigger. So we're talking about a gun here. Excuse me. A $220 gun with a $500 compressor, but you're not paying over $700. You're paying $579. So you guys do the math. Pretty darn good savings. If you're into, or if you're looking to get into air gunning, this would be a great. I'd choose 22, but if you're just target practicing in the backyard, 177 is fine too. So let me see. Let me try and catch up on some comments here. Let's see. G-Man, he's talking to Walnut, which is cool. Bob, yeah, Bob lives about 400 yards that way, west of me. maybe 500 yards. He's talking about 115 on his porch. It's hot. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like you guys are talking amongst yourself. That's fine. Tactical is saying there's a couple eBay sellers that have some factory refurbished Umrex guns. That's kind of a cool thing. Let's go over to Airgun Depot, and I pulled them up today because I wanted to show you this special because I think it's awesome. But let's look at some entry-level air guns. So I'm going to go back to the first page here. I've pulled up PCP air rifles and I've sorted by cost, right? So that's what I'm doing. Hey, Rich, I don't know anything about it. Thanks for saying hi. I'll take a look at it and, maybe we can show it on the show one night. As far as how I'm feeling, pretty decent. Truthfully, last couple of days have been a little bit rough, but it's all right. We're hanging in there. And for everybody that doesn't know, I've been going to chemo for the last few months. I have my 4th treatment. I have 4, 5, and 6 left to do. So my 4th treatment's going to be Monday. And then I have another 28 days, and I have another one, and then the last one. And after the last one, I'm taking a vacation. So, yeah. Actually, I'm going to South Carolina to visit friends, and I'll see Angie down there too. Anyway, but I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, the process has its side effects and has its it has what it has. So, but I'm doing all right. So, I thank you guys for your prayers and thoughts. It means a lot. So, anyway, let's get back here to again. We're at Airgun Depot. Just so you guys know, I write for Airgun Depot. They didn't ask me to do this, not at all, and I don't get paid for this. I just come. In fact, there's no sponsors for this show as far as paid sponsors. I do have supporters that fund our channel just with a monthly support, and so those funds kind of go to help do this. But at some point, we may actually look for sponsors for the show. But right now, when Angie's here, she's just here having fun. When I'm here, I'm just doing it because I like coming up here and doing it. So it's not like I'm getting paid to tell you guys about these products. I'm just doing it because I found them interesting. Okay. So if we look at just starting at the bottom, we start with a Diana Stormrider. And I don't know if you guys have shot that or know anything about it, but it's a very affordable PCP. And it ain't too bad. It's a pretty cool little gun. It is affordable. Let me put that in air quotes. It is affordable, but it's pretty decent. And then immediately we get to the Arrow. I think the Arrow shoots above its weight class in the sense of build quality, shot count, accuracy, shootability, all that kind of stuff. I think it does really well. I think they could have priced it another $100 and still been in the ballpark. So the fact that we're sitting at $220 and the gun performs like it does, it's outstanding. You can, if you want to hand pump it, you can certainly do that. It's not that hard. It doesn't need 4,500 PSI. It needs 36 and some change. So, and it's such a small cylinder, you can do it with a hand pump and it won't tear you up, right? We come to the QB Chief. Now, the QB Chief is an interesting gun. It's, they took the QB and then made it PCP. The QB Chiefs, I actually like that gun quite a bit. I was at Myconics, and I have leftovers from when I owned Airgun Pro Shop, and I probably got, 4 or 5 of QB Chiefs sitting brand new in the box. I'm thinking, goodness, I need to do something with those. Get them out of here because they're just sitting there rotting. Then we kind of come to one of my favorite air guns on the low end side. And that's the Umrex Gauntlet. I don't know anything about the Stoker. And again, I'm looking here at Airgun Depot's PCPs sorted by price, right? So if I'm looking at the Gauntlet here, now, I don't know if these are deals. I mean, these are like these used to be $300. And I don't know if these are, these do not look like they're refurbished. But if you could get a 25 cal Gauntlet for $230, That's pretty cool, right? 22 for 230. I mean, that's a hell of a deal. It is the first gen. They had, a little hard to cock. Bottles a little small, but it's 220 bucks for a regulated paper punching and small game hunting air gun. That's a pretty doggone good price, right? I would definitely want a compressor to fill that though. So there you go. Rich was saying this gentleman that makes the air guns kind of like a muzzle loader. That'd be cool. Maybe we could talk about it after the show. Look him up and reach out to the guy. So, let's see. I might Walnut. I might have one. Let me look at my inventory, and if you email me through my website, so like if you go to AirgunWeb and go to the contact us, anybody can reach out to me this way. You go to the contact us page, and you shoot me off an email. I'll get it, and my wife gets it too, so she reminds me that I got it. So yeah, you can reach out that way, super easy. All right, let's get back to our list of affordable guns here. So the QB Chief 2, that's a really nice gun. The Commander is a really nice gun. I actually really like the Commander and the Beam and Underlever. Both of those guns are really cool, and I know Angie has a video coming out. It might be tomorrow. She put a thermal. That's our Angie. She put a thermal on the Beam and Underlever. It's going to go take it ratting. So I think that's going to be a fun. That's going to be a fun time. Yeah. So 250 bucks. The Underlever is a really crazy cool, good shooting gun, and we did some videos on Airgun Expo. Can we pull it up here? I'm just gonna actually see if this works. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to log out. Let's log out. There we go. Oh, let's go back. Here we go. Search for Beeman under. Let's see if our search works. I haven't tested it. Yeah, so we've got range time. I did a range. This was a cool video here. Buckrail sent me a bunch of really cool parts. They're integrated. We see here, I don't have the pictures to show, but you can check out the video. But we have a barrel band with a tri-rail for the bipod down here. We have a integrated barrel support with integrated moderator, which was very cool. So he sent me those parts, which are pretty awesome. Anyway, so we got that, and we did something for Airgun Week too, and I just don't know where that is. All right, well, I'm not going to get hung up on that. We'll go back here to our affordable air guns. Of course, we've got the Notos, and I've got a whole series going on that, and also the Hatsan Jet, which is a pretty cool and affordable gun. Notos, my opinion, just awesome, right? Victus, we'll move on. Origin. Now I think it was Walnut was talking a little bit about the Origin. So let's look at this. This is actually I did a couple videos where I was asked, what should be a new air gunner's first PCP, and people go back and forth between it should be the Avenger. No, it should be this. And if you have nothing and you're starting from nothing, and you have a limited budget, the Origin with the hand pump, that's hard to beat, guys. You get a hand pump. The thing doesn't take a lot of pumps. It only, because of the way it's designed, you guys can look up the videos I've done if you want, but it's got a, what do they call it? Their Reaxis. Let me open it up in a new tab here. Let's pull some pictures up. Okay, so what you have in the cylinder here is, instead of a regulator where you got to have all this pressure and then you have a little plenum and a regulator, all that regulator plenum and stuff, they have a valve, right? And then you have the air chamber, and then you have a gas ram. And as you're putting air in the gun, it actually pushes against that gas rim, or the gas ram's pushing against that air. So where a typical air gun may need 50 or 60 strokes of the pump to get up to enough pressure to even take a shot, you can take a shot with this in about 11 or 12 hand pump strokes of the pump. And you can fill the gun from dead empty to full in about 140 bucks, which is about half what you would need to fill a typical PCP. And, you know, if you're just topping it off, you have, again, you have that air, or that gas ram in there that compresses that air chamber, and it just makes the gun better. Now, I mean, there's some people that love them, some people that don't like them. I know we've had some folks here that have had leaking issues and problems. All of the ones I've ever used have all shot great. Are they like top shelf, cosmetically? And no, they're $300, right? But they shoot really good. And because of the way the gas ram works in the gun, it actually acts sort of like a regulator. If you find the right pressure, if you fill to this and shoot to that, you can get some really good results, better than you would from a traditional, like a standard unregulated gun. This will do better. It's not as good as a regulated gun, but it's pretty darn good. Again, price point $300, and you can get a 25 cal that's like legit hunting power. Yeah, I forgot what mine was doing. It might have been definitely over 40. Was it 50? I don't remember. It was a lot of energy for a great shooting gun, man. I still think, in my opinion, it's the best bang for the buck. If you got nothing and you want to start shooting and you want to start at the PCP level, this thing's freaking awesome. And Buckrail has accessories that you can remove the end cap and screw in that supports the barrel and gives you a moderator all in one piece. So that's awesome. Check them out. It's Buckrail with buck-rail.com. So let's see. So Walnut Seals, his first origin was defective. As a couple people that have had that, and I get it. You know, once you've had that in a bad experience, you don't want to go back to that same place. I completely get it. But I've been very pleased with the ones I have. In fact, I was just looking at my wall of guns that I need to get out and do some more pellet testing with, because we're testing the JSB, H&N, and JTS, and we've had a lot of great comments on those videos. So thank you guys for watching and commenting. But I was looking, I've got a 22 cal Origin. I need to do that video with those pellets, because that ought to be fun. So let's see, you can get just the gun. It's more money. No, hold on. There it is, the 25 gun. Okay, so the gun only, I apologize, is $299. The pump combo, which they only seem to have in 22, which I knew that actually, that's $359. So all right, it's an extra $50. All right, there you go. Let's move along. Okay, DAR, decent gun. I haven't shot the Hydra. I've heard decent things, I guess. I just don't know anything about it. The Urban, oh my gosh. This is another really good gun, and this is actually more BSA than Gammo, frankly. Really nice gun. Uses the fast strike valve. Just a sweet 22 cal only. I think it does about 30 foot-pounds. So certainly a good little backyard hunter, backyard target shooting. Definitely can. It can just get to 50 yards and keep some good accuracy if the conditions are right. So pretty cool. Let's see if we got any more comments here. Oh, thank you, G-Man. Appreciate it. I was calling the Reaxis. That's just their gas ram. It's their ever pressure system. Thank you very much. Correction. Appreciate it. I think they use a version of the Reaxis gas ram, but you're right. It's called the ever pressure system. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, don't want Umrex getting mad at me. But anyway, cool. Tim saying I'd never do a hand pump again. Dude, I'm with you. Emergency use only. Absolutely. Walnut Steel saying the Barra 1100Z is a better entry level. I really like the Barra very much, especially in 22. I really like that gun. So I'm with you there. I'd be curious to put the Barra against the Aracuda Standard. I think that would be a nice little versus video, because they're right at the same price. I think we'll have them listed here in a minute, so we'll see where they come up to. But the Gammo Urban, super nice gun, super quiet, great backyard, very backyard friendly, very high shot count. Really, really cool air gun. All right, let's go back here. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, yeah, here's the, let's see, do they have the 1100Z here? Well, let's look up the bar because they used to have it here. Let me see. Let me search for it. Okay, they don't have the 1100Z here. Let me see if Pyramid Air has it. Let's just look at price. Let's look at the price comparison, right? Yeah, so we have the Bara. So this is in 250. I think the camo makes it shoot better. Sort of. All right, it's 275. That's a heck of a deal. Yep. So thanks for pointing that out, Walnut. I think if we take this at 275 and we come back here and we look at the Aircuda Standard, I'll just tell you build quality. The Standard's a lot nicer, but we're looking at a 50-ish, 45-ish dollars more. So it is a price difference, right? But that would be an interesting matchup. That would be worth doing, and I have both. So maybe we can look at that at a later date. Kind of do a verse, not necessarily versus, because they're both good guns, right? I actually don't like doing versus videos in the sense of this one is better than that one by this one. I do like showing two products that are similar, showing the features and letting you guys make up your mind, sort of like I'm doing with the Notos and the Jet. And I'm very vocal that my preference is the Notos, but I certainly see the value of the Jet, right? So I'm not telling you what to buy, but these are the features. Make up your own mind. I think those kind of videos I think are cool. But we're looking at something like this gun here. I mean, come on, that's just really pretty. With 300 and some change, 320, and you can get it in 25. Yeah, I haven't shot. I have one, and it's in the list because you guys watched the unboxing video. I got a 22-25, the standard, 22-25 of the max. I got a couple of the brake barrels. I do have their compressors, so I'm running all of their stuff, and I've talked to them about getting some stuff out to Angie. So hopefully that's going to happen. So Angie's going to hopefully have the opportunity to really grip some stuff. And I know we got some more JTS pellets that we're going to be testing. So yeah, cool stuff. This is the entry level stuff that I really like. Okay. It's not the cheapest. It's certainly not the high end of the entry level, but this is some performance stuff. These guns can shoot. We move on. All right. I might get in trouble for this. I really like this gun, and I'll tell you why. Well, let me pull it up here. All right. So this gun here, this is the Aspen, the Seneca Aspen. Now, there's a particular way I used mine that has worked really well for me. I don't rely on the integrated pump for 100% of my filling. All right, so I fill it with my compressor, and I only use the air pump, the integrated hand pump when I'm in the field, and I make sure to lube it regularly. So I don't let it dry out. I don't overuse it. When I do use the hand pump or the integrated pump, I go slow so I don't build up too much heat. I baby the snot out of it, right? Because I think the concept is really cool. The other thing I really like about this, especially in 25 cal. So if you get one of these in, say, 25 caliber, it's got this beautiful little switch on the side. I don't know if they're going to give me, if they have a... Okay, yeah, so we have a high and low switch, right? So on low power, this puts out as much, if not more, than any brake barrel on the market. I'm including the hot stops, okay? So it's super powerful on the low end, right, if you're comparing it to a brake barrel. But when you put it to high power, she's pushing, right? And if you're in the field hunting, you never got to go back to the truck for the bottle. So the plastic is a little cheapy plastic. I don't like it. But like I tell folks often, if you don't necessarily like the way the gun looks, but it shoots good, remember, when you're shooting it, you ain't looking at it, right? So what's the big deal? I get it. It's very plasticky. You can wear out the pump for sure. I really baby the crap out of mine, and I have it in 22 and 25. It's another one of those guns I need to get out and shoot some more. I really, really, really like it for when I'm going to go out and do some hunting, and I don't want to have to deal with a brake barrel because I want the ease, and I want the precision and the power, and I don't want to have to think about when how close am I park the truck because that's where my air's at, and I don't want to have to carry a tank with me. I don't want to carry pony ball, any of that stuff. I can just take this with me, and I'm good to go. I can go out all day and never be concerned about where am I going to get air or how many shots can I take. To me, that's awesome. You do got to baby the pump, absolutely. But I really like this gun at $350. For me, it's one of those guns that is really in the affordable. That's one of the ones I really like. Let's see. So we got any more stuff going on? My friend bought an Aspen, cool. The Aspen, the concept's great. The execution, it's not the first time it's been done. FX did it, but that was what, a $2,000 gun. Heavy from what I understand. Never touched one or shot one, so I don't really know. But yeah, I need to pull my. I've got two of them. I got 22, 25. I'll pull them out, and we'll do the JTS, JSB, and H&N pellet test with it. Be a great way to sort of get it back out and do some shooting with it. So I'll make a plan to do that, guys. Now we get to like the affordable guns that start nipping at the heels of the high-end guns, right? So we're at 7:15 now, guys. I want to wrap up at 7:30. Hopefully we'll get through some of this. Hopefully this has been somewhat useful for you guys. We've got a nice viewership tonight, which is great. So thank you guys for hanging out. But we come now to the Avenger. And, all right, that is obviously a really good air gun. Have they had their little stumbles? Yeah. It was a brand new platform. Yeah. You do need to, I would probably get a couple rebuild kits just to have on hand because I mean, mine need to be rebuilt right now. And that happens. Okay. PCPs are going to need maintenance. You're best off to learn how to work on your own stuff so you can take care of it. And fortunately, Airventuri has made available some really cool rebuild kits. So that's awesome. So if you're looking at this gun, why this is, I think, a really good option on the low end side. Well, first of all, let's look at the feature set, right? So adjustable regulator, externally adjustable regulator. Do they have a picture? Let's see. Do they have it? Yeah. So here we have the externally adjustable regulator. You got a bleed valve and a regulator. You've got adjustable trigger. You got adjustable hammer spring. Do they show us that? Maybe not. All right, they don't show us the hammer spring. Not a problem. But your hammer spring is externally adjustable. Your regulator is externally adjustable. Come on, it's $350. And the results you get on paper, this would be another fun video that I look to do. I'd like to take, and actually, I think I know the guns I can do this with. So I'll just tell you what, I'll just do the video, and then you guys can tell me what you think of it, because I won't give it away, because then somebody will do it, and I won't get to it in time. So it'll be good. Trust me, you'll like it. But yeah, $350. If you don't like the plastic stock, you can spend a little bit more money. Get the wood stock. I prefer the wood stock. It's a little meatier, has a little more meat, mass, density, whatever. Doesn't go funk in your ear. I hate the stock of this thing. It's too plasticky for me. But yeah, go with the wood stock if you want it a little bit nicer. Yeah, it's really good. So let's see what else we got here. Let's go ahead and jump forward again. The Hatsan, I just haven't worked with them in a long time. But AT44QE, oh my gosh. How many of those did I shoot and work on back when I was working with Hatsan? That is like the mainstay. Their whole line. That, the BT65. Pretty good guns. Again, $350, not bad. Let's move. What we got? I'm going to skip the Air Saber, skip the Victus. Vectus, that I didn't like that gun. All right, I'm going to jump down here to the Airventory Bullpup. Shoots good. It shoots really good. I'm not a fan of bullpups per se. I don't like the... to me, they're top heavy. They wobble for me. I don't particularly care for them. But that's just, you know, if you like them, go for it, man. Don't care if I don't like them. Who cares? If you like them, go for it. But that's one really nice shooting air gun. They did a good job with it. So if you're looking for an inexpensive bullpup, you still get the externally adjustable regulator. You still get the adjustable hammer spring. So you have all that external adjustability. You can dial the thing in. You can, oh gosh, what were we getting? I'm trying to remember how far we were able to push to 25, 50, I want to say 60 foot-pounds. I don't remember. I know people are probably getting more than that, doing more than just stock mods, but let's just say close to 60, if not a little over. I'm trying to remember exactly. Maybe it was a little over, but the fact that you can just dial that in, I think that's so cool. I'm a fan. And then we get here, we're starting to get to the end of our night, and we're getting to the end of our budget. The JTS Aircuda Max, again, regulated gun. Now, why is this? Why do I like this gun? Well, I really like this gun just for the form. This is, excuse me, this is a traditional wood and steel air gun with an adjustable cheek riser. I have a video coming out probably next week. I'm unboxing the 25. We're throwing an ATN scope on it. We'll do some shots with it. So we have two videos. One will be just the unboxing and features. And the second one will be us mounting, sighting, and then shooting with the ATN LTV, X-Sight LTV. So stay tuned for that. This gun impresses the crap out of me. It's not the most powerful. It's not really adjustable in the sense of you can't mess with the reg. You can adjust the hammer spring, but the reality is it's sort of, it lives in its space power-wise, right? And it's been a while since I put it over Crony, so I'm not even going to guess, but well, I will. It's probably mid-40s, I'm guessing. But a really nice air gun. They did a really good job with this thing. Again, $420. If you're looking at like a Marauder, I would say look at the JTS Aircuda Max. Personally, and I've shot a lot of Marauders, and I've shot a few of the Aircudas, the Aircuda Maxes. I would go the Aircuda Max. Personally, it's my personal preference. Just giving you something to think about. If you've been looking at a Marauder, you might just take a look at this. You may like it. Let's see. We're going to keep going. Okay, so here's the Avenger Woodstock. Really nice gun. Now, it's a hard toss for me. Toss up between the Aircuda Max and the Avenger Wood. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't have a Woodstock Avenger. Maybe I can. Well, they've got the Avenge X coming out, but maybe I can just get them to send me a stock, and I can convert one of my Avengers to the Woodstock and then shoot it against the Max. Same sort of thing. Not like one's so much better than the other, but just the different feature sets are going to appeal differently to people, right? So we could go through that. Would be a really cool video. Moving on, we've got the Umarex Gauntlet 2. Again, $430. Now, what did they do with this gun? Well, they turned it up to 11 is what they did. And I had a lot of people asking me about the Avenger versus the Gauntlet 2. This is I'm going to talk about me for a minute, not you. Okay, so when I get a gun, I shoot it. I don't really tinker. I'm not a tinkerer. I'm not a guy who cares about having to adjust for every little thing. Once I have a gun set the way I like it, just leave it. And usually, everybody wants more power, right? So they crank it up as high as it'll go, and that's pretty much where the thing lives for the rest of its life. If you are not one of those people, let me know. But I bet you that you turn it up and you leave it, right? I'd be curious, out of 100 people, who actually tinkers like with their gun, setting the regulator like more than 5 times. I'm just curious. I mean, I bet you most people are turning it up, getting the max power and calling it a day. Yeah, that's what we do, right? We go for turn it up to 11, right? Well, essentially, if you look at what Umarex did, and I give them credit for just, hold on, where's my, oh no. All right, hold on. This screen goes in here to do it again. Let's do it again. It jumped screen on me. So we're going to go this. We're going to scooch this here. All right, here we go. Here's our gauntlet. So let's take a look at what they did. Obviously, there's a bigger bottle there, right? Almost like they're overcompensating for something, but they're not. So the bottle went from itty bitty to like that, right? And it not only got more volume, a lot more volume. I think it's a 24 cubic inch. No, how much is it? I don't know. It's big. It's a big bottle. But they also took it up to 4,500 psi. So when you're talking about shot count, like specifically in 22, it's 100 shots on the ring, right? That's a lot of hunting. That makes maybe me say that I like this better than the Aspen because I don't even have to pump this one. It'll just shoot consistently. I looked at my video recently that I had done on this, and son of a gun, I think not only did we get like 100 shots on the reg, but the extreme spread was like 13 or 50, or some ridiculously, it might have been 30. I don't know. It was just very low compared to 100 shots in another gun. Come on. That's awesome, right? But you also have this in 22 or 25. And you also have this in 30. And in 30, I'm doing over 100 foot-pounds with this gun. Regulated. The platform is freaking awesome. And it's not adjustable. Who freaking cares? They already turned it up to 11. Right? You don't need to max it out. It's already maxed. So you take it out, put a scope on it, and go hunt stuff. That's what the gun's meant to do. It's not meant to go pew-pew in your backyard. I mean, you can, but it's meant for you to put a scope on it and go kill stuff. And so when I hear people talk about the Avenger or this, but the Avenger is adjustable, it's this, it is all of those things. But ask yourself, once you turn it up to 11, how much more are you going to muck with it, right? I think it's a reasonable question. Once I got my gun set, I don't touch it because that's how I'm going to shoot it. That's how I'm going to use it. So I go back and forth. I see the value of the Avenger. Especially if you like tinkering, then I definitely see where that's for the price point. Great option. And the new Avenge X when it comes out, that's going to be. I hope they made a lot of them because I'm pretty sure they're going to go really, really well. I'm on the short list to get one. So as soon as we get them in, I've got a whole series of videos already sort of planned out we're going to be doing with the Avenge X. So, yeah, excited about that. All right, let's scroll down here. We're getting to that $500 price point. We're getting right in that range. And we're starting to get to some, kind of interesting stuff. So we got the Avenge X is going to come in at $500. So I think that's going to be an awesome value given all the things you're going to be able to do with it. I really like, personally, the Walther Rain. It's German-made. It's not regulated, which means you got to learn how to shoot it. But I just like the gun, full stop. It's not that it's the most consistent or the most accurate or the quietest or any of that. I just happen to like it because I do. So there you go. They got the Avenge Tactical. These are going to be freaking awesome. We got the BT65 Carnivore. I mean, we've got a lot of guns as we start getting into this price point. We start getting a lot of options going. You even get some Air Force guns in here. And then we get to, the Marauders. I didn't see a Marauder. So we have the Marauder Synthetic. And this is, look, nothing against Marauder. I could go back, we're about out of time. I could go back and just tell you guys that the Marauder was the PCP. Well, no, the Discovery was the PCP that hooked me. I very soon after that, like the day it was available, had a Marauder, and then it was all done, and it was done for me. It was done, and so I have a soft spot in my heart for the Marauder, but Benjamin, haven't done much with it. In how many years? I mean, really? They have the semi-automatic, which I've tried 2 or 3 times to review that gun, and it has not gone well. That's why you haven't seen the video. I had one fail so bad that it went back to the sponsor in pieces. Yeah. They do have their field and target with the regulator. It's nice. I mean, all of those things are, they're decent. But if you look at the price point of almost $600, well, the synthetic is $570, the wood stock is $590. But now let's go back and look at the Arracuda, right? So we look at the Arracuda Max at $420. Now you guys can sort of see why, if you're looking at a Marauder versus something else, that's something else that you should consider. The Avenger is certainly an option. But look at that Arracuda Max, because that is a very traditional, just take it out and shoot it. No, if you're not going to deal with adjustments and all that other stuff, you just want a solid shooting air gun. Yeah, that Arracuda Max is a really good option. Well, guys, that's going to be it. We have kind of beat this dead horse. Hopefully that was fun. Oh, and the Benjamin Caden. Yeah, see, now we're getting into some guns that are really interesting to me. The Caden's a great gun. Excuse me. Condor's a great gun. We're starting to get higher in the price point for sure, right? So I'm going to stop, or we could just keep going up for the next bunch of hours. But yeah, blue collar air gunning. That's like the affordable stuff, and we could go all the way back. And thank you for Airgun Depot for having this stuff organized in such a cool way, because I looked at some other sites and I couldn't get this kind of a list this succinctly with this kind of quality and breadth of product. So Airgun Depot, thank you for making your site that usable. I'm super pleased about that. And yes, I do write for them. And so yes, they do support what I'm doing that way. But again, they're not paying me to do this. They seem to be the best resource for me tonight for this topic. Entry-level PCPs, and really, I've shot the Storm Rider. It's a really nice, fun little gun, $200. If you want to make that really cool, go take a look at Buck Rail, because he's got some 3D printed parts that would make that look like a poor man's Armada. It'll turn it into like a tack rail, quad rail, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, and his stuff's really affordable too. So yeah, just a lot of fun. Airgunning should be fun. You shouldn't have to mortgage your house to do it, and you don't have to. If you want to shoot the higher end stuff as you get going, that's awesome. I certainly have my fair share of air guns I've spent thousands of dollars on. I mean, guns I wrote the check for. I bought my Day State Red Wolf. Okay, I didn't get that for, donated or given to the channel. No, I paid for that. And I have other guns that I've paid for. And I do have a lot of guns that we've acquired through exchange and labor or whatnot as well. But you don't have to be there. You can actually get some really cool stuff at a very good price. And really quick, before we go, I'm going to show that arrow again. This special, if you are looking for, man, I really need a compressor, and well, I really want a PCP, and I never want a hand pump. What can I do that's affordable? Get me started. Right there. It's actually right there. No, it's right there. I don't know. Whenever you're seeing it on the screen, I'm pointing. Let me point to that. Let me see. Point to that. Yes, it's right there. Is what you want. Yeah. Great little gun, great little compressor. So hard to beat that. Guys, that's going to be it for now. Hopefully next week. Oh, actually next week, I am going to just assume I'm going to be bowing out next week. I have chemo on Monday. I don't know how, and Tuesday. Actually, I have 2 days, so I have to go in twice. I don't know. I don't suspect that I'm going to be doing much on Tuesday other than sleeping. So let's just put a pin in next week, and hopefully I'll be able to join everybody the week after. So that's going to be my plan for now. But for now, we're going to call it a night. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed being here and enjoyed doing it. And hopefully it's been useful to you guys. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you in a couple weeks, if maybe not sooner. See you guys. Yeah.